I imagine this: either whoever walks out on their studio set stage and they go, "All right, we know you've been hearing a lot about this recently. You know, we've kind of held it to our chest long enough. Here is our ideas for the Xbox handheld." And they go through just the idea of what it could be, what it could possibly do. But to add on to that, it's like, we know we're not even looking at Switch 2. Don't worry about that. It just came out. Don't look at it. It's fine. But we know that it'd be hard to give you guys an idea of what this handheld could do. So, as a little bit of a treat for you guys, we are going to have a beta for Steam Game Pass integration. You're going to be able to go on your Steam client, just like how it is right now with Ubisoft and EA. You can have your subscription. You can play all of your Game Pass games right on Steam. It's going to be right there, ready to go. All you have to do is log in your credentials. It'll be there, ready to go. And so you can get a little taste of what it would be like to have your Steam Xbox amalgamation there. Yeah, that's all I got.
It's funny how I never considered how it would go both ways, obviously. Because yeah, you could sign up for EA Play as a subscription on Steam right now and access EA Play titles through a subscription on Steam. So yeah, it's just a door they have to open. And if it goes one way, it makes a lot of sense to, especially when they're going the PC route. Because then yeah, my ROG, I don't have one, but a ROG Ally Steam account, boom. Instead of the workaround, people have to sideload Windows and whatnot. Boom, you're just native, baby.
And I didn't think about this until the second. If you have Game Pass Ultimate, you also have EA as well. So you'd be able to double down on your Game Pass and your EA subscription on Steam as well.
Yeah,
you get a twofer.
With a Steam Deck, potentially, yeah, you have access to everything Xbox can do and put out. And it goes both ways. And if you have an Xbox, you can access your Steam library. I like it.
Yeah.
It's good.
I hope they show off the handheld. I said last year, I was like, Sarabon's going to walk out and like, oh, one more thing, and pull out of her coat the handheld right there. It's like, it's been here the whole time. I think.
Yeah. No, go for it.
Oh, yeah. So I want to see one. I want to see a dedicated handheld. Like I said earlier, like I've been using more cloud gaming remote play. I want to be able to download it because every now and then it drops. But if I can have just a dedicated thing that I can pick up and use quick resume, maybe, like that'd be crazy. Man, it'd be really, really, really awesome. So cloud gaming's awesome, cool. But a dedicated thing that runs the stuff itself, that's what I want.
Yeah. Again, for me, like we've talked about it enough, but like that the dedicated is the key point of I'm on board or this thing's garbage, I don't want it. Because where I at, like Midwest, cloud gaming in my house does not work. I cannot cloud game off my own Xbox for longer than 5-10 minutes without it dropping consistently. Like that's such a city, we have major people here stability thing. Like if it's not dedicated, that's just the only thing where I'm gonna be super hype or I'm gonna be super disappointed by this.
So that's why I kind of threw in a little bit of like, we're gonna have the Steam side of things, so that way, you know, everybody can still kind of take advantage of what partnership would do.
Kyle,
I think you're muted.
Thank you. I can see them doing this as well with their operating system that they have. Like, I want to see them have a scalable OS that is consistent across your mobile app. Probably your console would be great, but that'd be a little hard. But if you're gonna also have this handheld device, I can see them having like hey, Asus, ROG, whatever company wants to make one, you just license out the hard software, and it's going to be the same software that's going to be on their handheld eventually. But obviously, their handheld's made by them; it's more curated for that. But I can see the software being the exact same, no matter what you buy it on. Just like Windows, you buy a PC, you install that operating system, there it is. It's Windows. You're done. So I think that's what they're going to do with it, which is exciting.
Oh, for sure. And just to be able to have, you know, even if you're like an Xbox player or you're a Steam player, just to be able to maximize your game library instantly, like even before like the actual like hardware that they want you to do it on with, just to like show you, it's like, look, if you're an Xbox player, look at all of this stuff that you could get your hands on right now. You don't have to wait.
Yeah, good selling point.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
That's where I think another interesting thing they could do with it. I almost had this on mine at some point. Not even just the Steam integration, but sort of how with the box becoming less and less their focus, how your Xbox profile kind of exists on all these different places. Because yeah, you have the TV app, you just sign in like that, but how does that work with Steam? Is it just connected to the Steam account? With your Xbox games, you have to log into a Microsoft account on PlayStation. Is that just going to become kind of a overhead Xbox thing that you just sign into on PlayStation, like, or is it going to be you need to sign in each individual time? I could see them trying to make kind of a server side. This is your Game Pass account that you just use across all the devices, all the platforms, whatever it be.
Yeah, whole profile or not profile, achievement as well. Redo like has been hinted at. That could also tie into this like a whole. It's like redoing your whole profile instead of it just being this your Xbox profile with your Microsoft attached to it. It's like, no, we're gonna curate it with this in mind. You're gonna be on other platforms. That's like real technical jargon that we're thinking about here.
Yeah.
And such, but that could be part of this little refresh and stuff. But
The possibilities are endless.
Right. I would hope that whenever they do decide to announce the handheld and actually show off everything, I do hope they decide to do a whole UI change. That was the one thing that I know a lot of people were sad about when the Series X and S came out, is it was exactly the same as the one. They had modified it a little bit since then, but overall it's still roughly the same thing. So it would be very exciting if they were to show off like, hey, we're going into this new era of Xbox. Everything kind of seems like we're going to be doing a whole bunch of stuff. Let's just simplify everything so that way make it kind of like how it would be if you were to go on like Steam or like on a cloud service. You just have all the different categories right there, and then you can explore it more if you want to, but then just have like your library, store, Game Pass, whatever subscriptions you have, and then make it nice and clean.
yeah. I was trying to write a prediction that is what you're talking about, is having like a scalable operating system UI that is consistent across mobile, handheld, and console, TV, PC as well. If you can open up any of those apps, if you can access the Xbox ecosystem in any of those avenues and it be the same, or at least scalable to whatever screen you're on, but look consistently the same, hell yeah. Do I need to see 12 apps across my home screen on my phone? No, but I can see the first 3 and it's just scaled down. That works. So I think, and then building that from the ground up, knowing that's what they're doing, yeah, that could be really cool. It's like Steam Big Picture mode. I think that's kind of where they're heading. Everyone has compared Xbox to Sega, but it's like, no, it's like Epic and Steam and Apple and Google that they're trying to be reminiscent of and be everywhere and multiple avenues to jump in on.
Good. Kyle, take us to your final prediction.
they're going to show off and launch their mobile store. They talked about it last year and said in July we are launching a mobile store dedicated, and it never happened because of the Epic and Apple lawsuit. But you right now can go on your iPhone and download Fortnite and play Fortnite natively on the iPhone again because they finally got through that lawsuit. So now I think potentially they can have this lined up. They have Microsoft apps like Solitaire. They also have Candy Crush they own, King and all that stuff. They talked about that's what they want to build to, and the way cloud gaming works on here. If I'm able to just scroll and buy Stardew Valley and then play it natively, that's crazy. But I think that's what they're trying to get to eventually. And I think with all the lawsuits happening, Apple and other companies have to force it open. Since Fortnite's on there now, I think Xbox has been ready to go with this, and I think they will. They did an update where you can buy games through the Xbox app. To play cloud game and remote play, you need to go on your browser, create a home page, or create a home screen icon of that browser for your app, and then it can work as functioning, right? It has to be browser based. I think Apple's being forced to not make that so obtuse. So I think we're going to get a dedicated singular Xbox app with a mobile store, with cloud gaming and remote play built in, and it's all going to be one hub. Right now, I have to leave an app to get to another app, and that's silly. So I think I will see, but I think that'd be really cool if you could buy and pay everything through Xbox on the phone, and then be able to potentially buy not just mobile games, but like real games. Not, you know what I mean by real games. But they got Death Stranding on the App Store. If certain iPhones can play Death Stranding natively, cloud stuff, like that's what they're going for. So, but they said last July we'll have it, and they went radio silent.
Yeah, I said by like
I
end of
totally
the year
forgot about
last
that.
year, wasn't it?
It just kept moving. Yeah, like they with the way they described it in the last show, it sounded way bigger than what they've done so far.
There's
So not
Nowadays-
exciting, but
No, but I mean, like, it makes sense, right? Because over the years, like, it's been more and more clear that they want to try to make console games work on mobile platforms because they know that's where a big portion of the audience is. And like we see, like you said, Death Stranding, we've seen it for like multiple Ubisoft titles. We've seen it work, roughly for the past decade. They've been trying to push this, and now we're at the point where our phones can work just as well as a basic standard PC console setup. So yeah, I think that this is a very good possibility, especially now that Xbox kind of has that clear to go ahead and do it. And it would be it would actually kind of work with what we are assuming that they're going to be doing. And like with all the integration that they've been up to, where it's like you can play anywhere, it fits right into the model that they're trying to go for now.
yeah, yeah. And I forgot to mention this too, but if you have Netflix, you can download games through like the App Store that you get. So
That's
like
right.
I have Civ 6 on my phone through Netflix. I have other like this game with an O, whatever. There's like games that came out on console first
Game with an O.
that are on this Netflix service that you just download through the App Store and you play through the phone. The Case of the Golden Idol, The Rise of the Golden Idol, those are games just you get through your Netflix subscription that are everywhere. So there's games that are on console and PCs that you can play.
You can play GTA San Andreas from Netflix.
So it's there. So I think Xbox is honestly positioned to really come out in a big way and like kind of shock people with like, oh, once Apple can't block it, oh my God, there's a lot you could do there. But yeah, Netflix is doing it. It's just, they're mobile games and some really good games and like games. It's so hard to to delineate without trying. I'm not trying to like talk shit of mobile games. I love mobile games. I have way too many mobile games.
It's both of yours really are. It's not my prediction, but it's been my thoughts the past like 2 years with everything going on. Of Xbox needs to display and show why you need to keep investing in their ecosystem. With the console gone, with cloud stuff and everything, like, why still Game Pass is there. Obviously, Game Pass is the major thing everyone just points to, but like, why still invest in Game Pass instead of waiting a year? Get out of here. Waiting a year for XYZ game to come to other platforms, sometimes running better, sometimes updated, sometimes with whatever it be. That distinction for me needs to happen sooner than later. Because the past few weeks, honestly, it's been talk in my house of, well, do I just get this on PlayStation now? Do I get this on PlayStation instead of Xbox? Like, I'm at the point where, do I make the transition to that as my primary platform when I have both? But I don't know. I've said it last year too, the same thing. Like, that needs to happen, I feel. And the cloud gaming, mobile gaming, handhelds, all that is a good step forward in that direction for your general audience.
Yeah, and especially with their campaign they've been doing recently, just trying to show the general audience, it's like, hey, it's so easy to get into our ecosystem. You don't need to buy anything else. All you need is a subscription, and you could use whatever you already have in your home, like your TV, your phone, laptop, PC, what have you. And especially now that it seems like there's nothing in their way anymore, it's like this feels like it has to be the year to implement all of this stuff that we've been talking about today.
Yeah, I would rumors 2027 next console / handheld. So like I would imagine now, then you kind of get to sit in that and then build next year towards your console stuff in that point. But here's to hoping they tell us more messaging instead of, I just don't want the internet to be the internet again. Last year wasn't as bad, but when they're, and you're like, it's valid. I mean, your questions are valid. I know, Jacob, you're way more like a little more negative on the Xbox as a whole, but it's valid too, because I can't, especially with where you live, a lot of the services and stuff they're doing don't really matter and don't affect you to a day-to-day, or you can't take advantage of. So when a company does try to do everything for everyone, you alienate certain people because you can't get everyone. Like, you just can't make everyone happy. So, but hey, big corporations.